Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcoming you into Shadyside Dragway for the beginning of our 2019 Southeast Gassers season. Here, I'm David Lancaster, voice of the Gassers, here along with my colleague Mitch Stott. And Mitch, what a beautiful day the Lord's given us.
The Lord has given us a beautiful day filled with gassers and in numbers that we've never seen before within the Southeast Gassers Association, David. This is going to be a monumental year. I know I say it every year, but doggone it, we grow every year. So
we keep setting new records every time we come to racetracks, and we're so honored to be back here at Shadyside in our own backyard, gasser territory right here with what I think is going to be in excess of 90 cars before we get done today.
That is our understanding of the car count today. We're going to say 91 or more, 90 or more. But as you and I was discussing earlier, David, our high last year at, I think the final event was 77 cars. That's a minimum of 14 new cars over the winter. Now, we have said that we will exceed 100 cars this year. We're pretty certain at this point that is an absolute certainty. The Southeast Gassers Association, 7 or 8 short years ago, started with 2 cars, has now grown in excess of 90, and we know we'll see in excess of 100. And this ain't 90 so-called cars. This is 90 quality race cars, David, built specifically for the Southeast Gassers Association and Quayne Stott's stringent rules.
Quayne Stott's brainchild has really come to fruition right here as we see these cars, and the fans have spoken in record numbers coming through the turnstiles.
Behind us, David, that is just the most amazing thing when we look behind us here and we see the rows of campers and cars and the distances people traveled to come and see this. Brother, this thing has arrived. This is officially a serious drag racing venue. This thing is no longer a hobby. It's no longer a hope, no longer a thought. The good Lord has provided us with an actual serious drag racing, professional drag racing venue.
And the series only grows larger and larger. And our 11-race schedule this year is very ambitious, going to a lot of new tracks, but all the time going back to our venues. I can't wait to get back to Lyons, Indiana. That is a very well-received track, but also the new tracks that we're going to, Dragway 42 and some others. I'm astonished.
New markets, David, and that's what it's all about. It's the fact that these new markets, these new areas, these new racetracks, they are wanting what the Southeast Gassers is able to draw in. Obviously, people, spectators.
And Carolina Precision Machine also seeing that coming on as a key sponsor as our season gets kicked off here in 2019.
And I want to be official with that, and I want to say Steve Vick is a longtime friend, certainly a longtime serious competitor. No telling how many times he kicked my butt in Pro Modified. But I want to be official now and say, Mr. Vick, thank you, sir. So he has really enabled us to breathe even more new life into this sport of drag racing.
And I know also you've got a big announcement that you'd like to make about our Superstock program.
The Superstock is just my love. I went down through there a little while ago just looking at how this is already being populated. I think there's 10 cars or so in the first official race. You got 10 specifically detailed, organized, built, whatever, prepared cars for Southeast Gassers Association Superstock, and none other than Hoosier Racing Tires, a company that was so instrumental to me years ago, is really pushing that program. Hoosier is a major contingency sponsor throughout all of the Southeast Gassers Association, but more importantly, their association with the Superstock category is Hoosier stepped up and built a tire specifically for the Southeast Gassers Association Superstock.
Well, Mitch, I'm excited. I can't but wait to see these cars get on the racetrack. Over 90 Quayne Stott approved, period, correct.
That's hard to believe.
That Quayne could approve 90, right?
Absolutely. That's the hard part to believe, David.
And a lot of work for Quayne, but hey, folks, stay tuned for scenes from coming up this race. We're ready to bring you the action.
No doubt about it, David. The intro is over. The season is underway. The first pass of the season. And Johnny Royals getting a lesson already from winner Cynthia Phillips.
Good looking run right there by Cynthia Phillips. Ben Helms and
Rick Cathcart, troublemaker.
It looks like the red truck went red, giving the win right over to Ben Helms in first round.
Yeah, Rick Hannon is trouble to his own self, isn't he, David?
Sure is.
Next up, Dan Hogan, Leslie Horn. Throughout the races, a lot of people didn't understand what happened to Leslie here, David. Well, the fact is, you'll see Ben Helms is staged. Dan Hogan is staged, and an amount of time passed by before Leslie got into the beams, which means he timed out and got to red light, handing the win to Dan.
Tim Hall and Kevin Shaw in the odd rod right here. Scalded Dog with a good hole shot advantage. He's going to drive it through to victory, moving on to round number 2 over Kevin Shaw. Homegrown Ron Hall is going to be in that car. That's Zach's father taking on Alfred Adams out of Clover, South Carolina. And Alfred Adams going to streak away to the victory right here in first round.
He was, and as note, that was the car I believe that he was driving last year with the 57.
It was.
Herman Gehring, Ronnie Lineberger. Herman new racing with us this year. Ronnie Lineberger been with us a while. Who's it going to be? Herman Gehring taking a win on what I'm going to say one of his first passes. Well, Larry, old brother, it's a new year. You're last year's champion, but that's time gone by. Water under the bridge. You carry that honor all year long, but the point is you're only as good as your last race, and you're now at the first race of the season. You obviously have aspirations to win another championship. Any changes, any plans, what have you done in your effort for a championship in 2019?
Well, we went at it in this approach. We lowered the cubic inches of the motor to get the weight off the car because it was the only way we felt we could be competitive. So we built a pretty crazy 310 cubic inch small block, and we're just having a little trouble keeping the parts in it right now.
Are you? Well, but okay, so are you saying that you've had trouble previous, or are you having trouble at this event?
Well, we had trouble here today for sure. Okay. We broke a roller in the rocker arm, which took the top of the valve off, and the valve's falling down in the hole. So we're going to...
so you're out of competition for the day.
We didn't even start.
I did not know that.
Yeah, we didn't start at all today. The car sounded funny when we started it this morning, and evidently I did test it last Saturday, and we must have heard it then. But the car is so violent little thing, you know. I mean, It sounds like lighting off a pack of firecrackers. But Bob... Carburetor Bob said, Larry, you got a problem. And he's right on the money all the time.
Of course, yeah.
So,
Todd Rosenberry and Jeff Madden leading off B-Gas right here. Madden on a jump right there. Good 60-foot time for him. Streaks on to the victory over Rosenberry.
Yeah, and Rosenberry got one of the baddest Cadillacs you've ever seen. He found it was belonged to his dad as a kid. Ernie Smith, Gary Smith. Battle of the Smiths, David. This one is all Ernie, all the way down the racetrack. Good job on a first-round win for Mr. Ernie Smith. Rod Bergener, T.J. York. Rod Bergener, he traveled a long ways from Texas, I believe you said, David, to lose this first round. However, me and the boys, he hung out with us this week, and we got to have dinner with him, lunch with him a couple of times.
And there's Daniel Hayes, a little too jumpy right there in the Patriot. Beautiful car, but he's going to give this win over to Michael Walters. Ray Fossil and Art Copeland. Art Copeland in that 41 Studebaker. He's going to get a red light right here. It looks like Ray Fossil actually did not light the pre-stage or the stage bulb, got timed out or backed out.
Tony Turner, in your, I'm going to say, short 5-year drag racing career, with one of the most awesome hot rods on the Southeast Gassers Association Tour, the old quick and dirty Dodge. There ain't a cooler race car out there that you and Kim Marie campaign. But today, brother, you suffered one of the most dreadful, fearful things in drag racing, and that, my sir, is a clutch explosion. Tell me what happened.
It happened really fast. All I was doing was making a nice clean pass, and I went for third gear, and I saw something come out. Something flew up out of the right side of the cow, and my first thought was I don't want to oil down the track, so I just tried to shut her down and get off of the track, but I had my hand on the shifter, and everything was loose. The motor and everything was just loose, and fortunately, some of the wiring got tore up, and I shut the mag didn't get tore up, so I was able to shut the mag off. And then not a scratch. Nothing. Broke the gas pedal off, but I didn't have a scratch on my foot.
Well, I guess we should mention that last year you suffered a broken ankle or something somehow or another in a very simple little accident. I think you turned your foot over or something, if I remember correctly. Not sure. But I'm just going to say this year, thank God you still have a foot. Not to mention not a scratch. But in this case right here, in times past, there have been a lot of people left without limbs after this happened. Don Garlitz is a prime example.
Yeah. No, I honestly think there was an angel.
We're all on your side, and we all depend on the Lord Jesus Christ to take care of us. And I'm here to tell you, him and his angels was certainly riding on your shoulder today.
Oh yeah, yep. Not a scratch. I just jumped out and said, "Wow, that scattered everything in here, and I don't have a scratch on me. So let's get this thing off the track and start racing."
Well, I can say this, Tony. You're one of the most comical and enjoyable racers we've got on the circuit, and so good luck. I know you'll fix it, and praise the Lord it don't never happen again.
Yeah. No, we're going to make improvements.
The one we've been waiting for, David, A-Gas Kings of the Southeast Gassers, Dean Jonas, newcomer, beautiful car, and one of the unsung heroes potentially over at Tommy Mooney Race Cars, fabricator extraordinaire, taking his first round win over Earl McLemore, Gary McLemore, and Alan Golden.
You look at that car kind of sitting down right there. You see a lot of smoke come out from under that car. We don't know what it was. Still don't know what it was, to be honest with you. That car sits awfully high in the front end, but Alan Golden in that Swamp Monster, as you so dubbed him last year, streaking away to victory. Sam Gable in the moonshot, getting hole-shotted right there by the spinny car. Steve Davis, a brand new Chevy too, Mitch.
Put that 56 Chevrolet he had last year on a massive diet, didn't he, David?
Sure did. He got Rob Walden right here out of Atlanta, Georgia, taking on Gary Klein in the Tasmanian Devil. Good to see Gary back with us. Unfortunately, Gary goes red, giving the win over to Rob right here, and Rob in a beautiful recreation of his dad's car.
That it is, and he is also sporting one of the very unique 409 engine configurations in that 133. Gabriel Burrell gone in his brand new car. First round of eliminations in this car, taking that win. Over and done, one in the books.
Great to see Barry Lynn there. He comes out of the chute in round one in the Little Red Wagon and streaks on to victory over a good run in Troy Leitner as well.
Yeah, his last pass was not a pretty one last year. Wound up on the roof. Shannon Smith, new paint, new style, everything for the Pale Rider, looking good and winning races.
Smoking Sam, that's Todd Blackwell this year. He's actually running his dad's car because their A-Gas car ain't ready. Ben Christopher in the other lane, wheels up in the first two gears, and that 48 Anglia streaks on to another round win.
Todd Blackwell, buddy, you may not be running in B-Gas anymore. You've moved over to A-Gas, but the point is you're last year's B-Gas champion, and you carry that title all year long. So basically, the B-Gas category doesn't have a king in its court, but just wanted to get your views on a new year. You may not be competing for the B-Gas championship, but you're competing for a championship nonetheless. How do you start a year as a champion, looking into that year, planning to be another champion?
With not very high expectations. Well, I mean, moving from B-Gas to A-Gas is a big change. And of course, I guess everybody's figured out by now the Slingshot car, which was the B-Gas champion last year, is not quite ready. That's the reason I'm running this B-Gas car, which is 700 pounds heavy, in the A-Gas. And we was just expecting to get here today and to get our show-up points and 2 rounds of qualifying points, and then Slingshot hopefully will be ready for next weekend in Kentucky.
Well, and I understand that. What your effort is here is you're just making the points for A-Gas. That's your focus right now. It's not winning or losing this race. It's just getting the points that you can, and obviously want to explain that. And so, but I mean, your deal is you're going to contest the A-Gas category just as strongly for the championship as you did the B-Gas.
That's our plans, and that's definitely what we hope to do.
C-Gas round 2, there's Alfred Adams out of Clover and Michael Tucker out of Jonesville, South Carolina in that Shoal Shaker.
David, again, round 2, as you just said, these are the cars that, made it past first round, first race of the season. So now all of the new race, new year, new car bugs should be out of the way. Should be good, clean drag racing from this point on. Alfred Adams, that old 55 Chevrolet, been with us, I think, for a couple of years now. This should be a pretty good drag race. We're going to see how she turns out. Both of them pre-stage. Alfred coming in now. It is showtime. Here they go.
Michael getting a jump right there, but Alfred Adams in the big horsepower, he's pulling back around in that Chevy, and he's going to take the round win. And a good straight pass, and Alfred Adams really improving his game this year in 2019.
Yeah, I like that Ford Chevrolet battle, especially when the Chevrolet comes out on top. Cynthia Phillips and Ben Helms. Won't find a better guy than you'll find in Ben Helms, and you won't find a better female racer than you'll find in Cynthia Phillips right here. Flower Power, brand new ride for her this year. Paint, the whole 9 yards, new car, new motor, everything brand new. Let's see how she does.
Great leave right there. She's really improved her game in that speed shifting department. The Waxhaw, North Carolina runner, Helms, getting just hole shotted right there, and just first 60 feet, you can see she just pulls away the victory.
Yes, sir, David. She gave him a little lesson in the books for certain right there. Cynthia Phillips, it's a new year and a new Flower Power, and you're a second-round winner. Everything looking good. I think y'all done quite a bit of work other than just changing cars over the winter.
Yes, we have. I'm struggling learning to drive this new car, but I'm sort of getting it together.
So you're just like any other drag racer out here, male or female. It's a new car, and you're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, but it's been kind of tough on me.
Well, so far you're doing better than the other two guys you've raced, so congratulations. We'll look for you in the third round.
Thank you. And I don't adapt to changes very well.
Dan Hogan, David, on a bye run. He took out Leslie Horn first round and therefore gave him a bye run due to the odd number of cars that we've got in C-Gas. So I'm sure you ain't going to get no complaint out of him for that one.
Yeah, he's moving right along in his first race. Brings up Billy Edwards right here versus Herman Gehring. And I'll tell you, there's been a buzz around this Thunder Road car all off season.
They have, and Herman Gehring, unfortunately, could not have gotten a worse pairing than with Billy Edwards. Billy, you talk about years of experience sitting in that orange Thunder Road 55 Chevrolet. I tell you, if he don't, the car runs so fast, as you can see here, he got left on the starting line, but just driving back around.
A lot of horsepower underneath the hood right there for Billy Edwards. The Bowling Springs, South Carolina runner moving on to round number 3 here in C-Gas.
Billy Edward, brother, round 2, C-Gas for a new year, and Thunder Road. We've made it official.
Made it official. Hey, those hot rods running good. It is.
And I understand you, maybe number 1 qualifier, something like that?
I heard, yeah, number 1, yeah, those hot rods flying.
So Billy
Thunder's coming.
So Billy Edwards is back.
I'm back.
Good luck, brother. We'll look for you in the next round. Tim Hall, baby, hey, this is round 2 bye run, first race, inaugural race of the season. Yeah, you can't get no better than that. That's just a step right into third round.
That's right. Good Lord looking out for me today, I guess. And that's what you need, them days where you can't mess it up. You heard that saying? Well, maybe today I can't mess it up.
Maybe today you can't, Tim. We'll look for you in third round.
All right. Yeah, thank you.
Moving into B-Gas Mitch, there he is, Tim Bailey, our 2016 champ, going to be taking on Michael Walters out of Rayford, North Carolina.
Michael being relatively new with us. I think he came on the scene sometime around the middle of last year, David. He's got a really slick-looking 41 Willys here. Should be a good race. I'm going to have to say that I'm going to go with Tim here just based on the performance of what I know these two cars are doing. But I tell you, Papa's Wild Willys, he's coming along with this thing.
Good looking.
Well, with a great launch, that's for sure.
Good looking race car. He provides his own horsepower underneath there, giving him a run, but Tim Bailey does persevere right here in round number 2 of action.
Beautiful launch of the side angle of those two cars. That was just 60s true and true. Well, Tim Bailey, there's some kind of assurance when you outrun your past car.
Well, that's the reason I got this car. It's quicker.
That's kind of what I figured.
No, seriously. Mike's a good competitor, but he's having a little trouble getting some speed with the car. But I think he eat me up on the tree. But
that's not what the tower's telling me. Tower's telling me that Tim Bailey had it on both ends of the racetrack.
Okay, all right. Well, it's about time to get a good one, right?
Next pair coming out of the box, there's Jeff Madden in the misleading out of Charleston, South Carolina, and Ripley, Tennessee runner James Beard in the obsolete 2.
David, yes, sir. James and his father Dan, his dad Dan, just two great people. We're so blessed to have them racing with us. He got a tough draw in old Jeff Madden right here. I can tell you that, David. This is good. Yep, and he knew it. Trying to shave that tree, went red.
Yeah, just you got to take a shot sometimes, and that time it ended up biting him right there. But a good launch by both those cars in, like you said, Mitch, 60 era style.
I'm ready for you. David, about to get knocked down by old Jeff Madden there. He talk about a bear hug. He'll give you one when he wins a round.
Talking about a bear now, looks like we got a couple on the line right here. TJ York in that new 55 with that great paint job. Paula's Nightmare right here. Ernie Smith out of Spartanburg, and he's going to be loaded for bear in this matchup right here.
That it is. That's kind of one of them mongoloid Chevy 2s, Chevrolet with a Ford power plant under the hood. That's kind of a brainchild, I think, of Quain's a year or so ago. Ernie bought this car. Ernie's first owned race car. He is racing under his own racing team program this year. Welcome to it, Ernie. I'm going to tell you, buddy, she's full of many surprises over driving for someone else. TJ, the Green Hillbilly, I hear you, brother. That's round 2 in the books, first race of the season. This could be a good 2019 for you.
Yes, sir. It's happy to be here. Glad to be racing. It's things are starting to work out a little bit. Thank the Lord, it's doing good. So
yes, sir. Definitely thank the Lord first and foremost. And I tell you, somebody was inspired by the Lord when they put this beautiful paint job on this car.
yeah, Paul Vanderpool did an awesome job. I can't say enough about it. It was just great surprise. It's awesome. Having a ball.
Great win by the Greenhorn Hillbilly. The next pair up, another new driver to the Southeast Gassers, Art Copeland in that 41 Studebaker, and he's going to get all he wants here, the Medicine Man, our 2017 champ.
That's right, David. Art Copeland, as you said, new car, new to the race, new to the series, the whole 9 yards. And what a draw does he get but a past champion and one of the fastest cars in the B-Gas category.
And Doug Dobbins going to streak on in that Medicine Man to victory. See it going to the right a little bit. Doug able to pull it in and got beat on the tree. So there's a lot of horsepower under that Medicine Man hood.
Doug Dobbins, buddy, there's been a lot of work done to this old hot rod over the winter, and I don't know if you're getting the performance that you want, but you're certainly making rounds.
Yes, we are.
Now, is that a yes we are for making rounds or a yes for the performance that I'm looking for?
Performance we're looking for.
I hear you, brother. Hard work does pay off.
It just keeps coming down every run. A little quicker.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is 2 very inspired spectators I'm going to use with the Southeast Gassers Association, John and Maggie. They travel from Florida to come to the Southeast Gasser event in Shadyside Dragway in Bowling Spring, North Carolina. But here's the real story. They missed the fact that the race 2 weeks ago got rained out. They drove up here, seen it was rained out, went home and turned around and came back. John and Maggie, what exactly about the Southeast Gassers Association drives you to drive such lengths?
I like the period correct old cars. It just takes me back to my youth. I like it.
Well, would you say in saying that this is, and I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, a premier event for just that, a true recreation, a true presentation of what historical drag racing truly was?
Yes, I would say it is.
Well, John, Maggie, we appreciate you. We value you as customers. We certainly love the fact that you come, and we hope to see you at many more.
Thank you. Thank you. We will be back. We'll be back.
Catching up with Steve Davis, the driver of the famous Paw Paw Spinney. But there is a slight difference this year in the Paw Paw Spinney ride. Steve, what happened? I mean, we had a 56 Chevrolet. We went on a major diet. I mean, we had like stomach stapling or something happened here. This thing all of a sudden morphed into a little Chevy 2. What's going on?
Well, when we first started racing back 70s, Chevy 2 was my car. That was what it was supposed to be all about. And I knew it would be a little bit lighter. Whether it's faster or not, I don't know yet. But anyway, decided to go ahead and do this last year. We had started on this thing before Quain said we didn't want any more Chevy 2s coming out. But hey, we would already spend a lot of time and effort and money, and we went ahead and finished it out. This is the first race or two, probably about the 10th pass on it just a minute ago. So we're getting better with it as far as the 56. It's at home. There's a little block sitting on the other side of the trailer. It's going to be back out here in the C-Gas. We're going to do it in the C-Gas.
So you do have plans to run it in a separate category, not necessarily holding it in reserve in case this one don't work out like you want, but fully planning to put it in C.
That is exactly right, Mitch. Hopefully that never happens, but it's there. nothing. We didn't take a thing off of it, so we were ready to race it. Just get the motor finished up and try it, see what happens.
Mitch, this one looks to be a great matchup with Todd Oden in the A-Gas and Steve Davis in that new Spinny car. These are two good runners right here in A-Gas. I'm interested to see this one.
No question, David. These are two heavy hitters, and as it stands right now, if this were C-Gas, your heaviest hitter would be Todd Oden, but hey, they're backing him up, and this ain't C-Gas, this is A.
Yeah, looks like they're going to bring Spinny back a little bit, too, to get him staged up again.
Steve Davis, in my book, it don't matter how you went around, it's whether you went around or not.
That is exactly right. I don't know what happened to Todd, but I about burnt my daggone clutch down waiting, and finally they just waved him off. So hate it for him, but we'll take it as a good charm and go on next round, try it again.
Brother, that's round 2? That's down in the books. Round 3, we'll look for you there.
We'll be there. Thank you.
Alan Gaulden going to take on Dean Jonas right here in a couple of great-looking race cars. That 61 Corvette, the frequent flyer, Alan Gaulden has put it in the winner's circle many times, and I know Dean Jonas trying to put that Agent Orange car into the victory circle here today in the first race.
He definitely has a job at hand, and leaning over the hood there is the one and only legend Tommy Mooney and the Grand Marshal for the Shadyside Dragway. And you don't get to be Grand Marshal by no small measure. You got to have a history and a story like that of Tommy Mooney.
And Alan Gaulden putting Dean Jonas on the trailer right here in a good run for both cars. Nothing that Dean Jonas should be ashamed of, but the frequent flyer moving on.
Alan, brother, hey, you guys come up out of Florida causing trouble again. Round 2, first race of the season. We're going to see you guys at all the races this year.
We're going to try to make them all. Right now we're overweight and under horsepowered, so we're fighting this thing every round.
You know, I've been talking to the tuner on this thing, Phil Robertson, and I'm hearing overweight, but I really ain't hearing underpowered.
She is, trust me, she's underpowered. There's some few things that could be better, but we're getting lucky. Thank God we're going rounds, having fun.
There's the new look for the Pale Rider. Shannon Smith, our champion of last year, going to take on Rob Walden, Mr. 409's son out of Atlanta, Georgia.
That it is, David, and he calls that 33 Willys strychnine, obviously that being a poison type of chemical, and he says that thing is directly targeted to big and small block Chevrolets, seeing how it does have that unique 409 engine. And hey, it looks to me like it may have just been poison to Shannon Smith's big block, because what you know, he ain't up here to even defend himself. Brother, I gotta tell you, for what we call a new racer with us, you may not be new to drag racing, but you're new to the Southeast Gassers Association. 2 wins in the books for A-Gas, not to mention you took out last year's champion Shannon Smith in this Wild Willys, the strychnine, this poison. You was definitely poisoned for that big block Chevrolet back there, that rat poison. Good job, brother.
Thank you. I'm so proud to be part of the Sega, and I hate to win like that. I hate, I'll take it anyway and get it, but I hate it. I'd rather have raced him, and him, I'm sure, would outrun me, but
but he didn't today.
We're still working on the bugs, and we'll get it done, and I think we'll be able to take care of him one day.
Gabriel Burrow, one of the more, I'm going to say, popular drivers in the Southeast Gassers A-Gas category, built a new car over the winter. And this thing was published a little bit as you went on Facebook and various social media outlets. There's a lot of people kind of followed. And Gabriel, I wanted to get your words of how it's doing an actual race experiments, as I always call them, because there's always an experiment. But more so just to kind of let the people see the finished product and hear what you have to say about it. So just give me the quick rundown on what's going on and what your satisfaction level with it is at this point.
Well, it's not a finished product yet. We won't go that far, but the car's doing great for what it is. It drives spectacular. It responds to changes great. It's picking up ET every pass I picked up. I think it's 8 passes is all we've got on it right now, and every pass it's picked up ET consistently. So it's going the right direction. I think it'll be a contender here sooner rather than later.
I know that on early testing you wasn't really satisfied with the performance of the motor, so you done what might be called a midnight motor change to a different engine combination. Is that proving a good result for you?
Yeah, the other engine just was an experiment to start with, and what we thought would work didn't pan out. So had a loaner motor from Jimmy Huff and stuck it in 2 days ago. Came out untested last night, made 2 hits, got the chassis close as I could, and I'm 2 hits in today, so only 4 hits on that motor, and it's picked up almost 2/10 since the first hit on it. So
that's impressive. That's impressive. Well, I'm sure most people watching this will remember you from the Southern Flyer Falcon. And while this is a really cool car, I'm going to tell you so far it's not been as exciting as the Falcon was. The Falcon was known for the wheel stands and all over the racetrack, but I'm sure this one will be right behind it.
I just raised the wheelie bars again. Going to put on a show at least. If it's a little slower than I won't, but I think it'll get to where the Falcon was at. It's just chipping away right now. New car.
There's that 31 Ford of Gabriel Burrow right out of the shop of Stock's Chassis Engineering up there. And he's going to take on Barry Lynn in a little red wagon. This is a great-looking car right here, Mitch.
I don't want to take anything away from Barry Lynn because Barry definitely was phenomenal in getting this car fixed and back on the racetrack in record time. But I do want to say Gabriel Burrow's car may have been out of Quayne Scott's race car shop, but let me tell you, that young man was dedicated to building, finishing, completing this car, and he done it all himself. It may have been under the guidance of Quayne, but I can tell you that young man right there bent the tubes and notched the tubes and welded them together. Good job, Gabriel. That race car is going to do you proud. Gabriel Burrow, they tell me that race was won on a hole shot, so maybe if you're a little bit down on power with a brand new car, just put a Superstar driver in it like Gabriel Burrow and you still win rounds.
Not a Superstar driver, but the car reacts beautifully. It drives perfect, leaves right. It does everything you'd want a race car to do.
So far we're all smiles with this. What is this thing?
It's a 30 or a 31 Ford. I'm not real sure.
So you don't have a title to prove it?
There is no title. It'll come out of a flower bed.
Well, she's certainly looking beautiful today. Well, good luck, brother. Look for you in the next round.
Big matchup right here. Ben Christopher is going to take on our number one qualifier today, and that's Kenneth Phillips, and he's going to have his hands full getting that little 48 Anglia down the track against this Silver Streak.
And if he's ever got it down straight and fast, he better choose right now. There's Kenneth Phillips with his bride-to-be, Elizabeth, pulling him into the beams. Those two are going to make quite a race team. I'm sure of that, her being the daughter of Larry and Sandy Noel, so she's been around drag racing. There he is, Ben Christopher, gambling on that tree and losing, David.
He sure did. Look at the leave, though. Both beautiful leave, just a little too early for Ben Christopher, and red is dead in drag racing.
Kenneth Phillips, good job, brother. I mean, this A-gas, you are flying, but that was a close round.
Yeah, there's something wrong, and I'm kind of scared of it because I don't know what's wrong. So I was kind of being easy off the line, and then I had to catch him. So I'm still scared of it because I don't know what's going on. Something going on in the transmission, bell housing, something. I don't know.
Well, son, you've got a couple more rounds to figure this out, so we're just going to say we're going to look for you in the next round.
It's hard to work on it when you ain't got but 30 minutes.
Cynthia Phillips and the Flower Power being overseen by Tom White, the crew chief on that operation. And I tell you, Tom better have every trick he's ever had ready to go in that Flower Power, because who are they taking on, David, but none other than Billy Edwards in that Thunder Road 55.
Good shot of Tom right there. But, yes, you're right, Mitch. She's going to have her hands full right here as that Thunder Road Chevy is definitely making some horsepower.
That's right. Tom and Pam Burrell there, they're doing the best they can, but it's all on Cynthia from this point. They are in. It is showtime. Cynthia leaves on him. She is doing what she can. This is going to be a good drag race.
Look at that big 55 sit down in the rear end, and you can see him grabbing gears, and Billy Edwards comes around her on the big end in that high horsepower.
I don't know what happened to Cynthia's car, but something let him go about the third gear range. And you're taking out, the misses of the proprietor of this thing. You may get, you may have some strikes against you for that.
Yeah, probably will. I hate doing that. She's a dang good one. She is.
She would look like she was giving you a run for the money and missed a gear out there about second or third. I'm not sure, but hey.
She got out on me big time. She did. She jumped out there. I was like, where'd she come from?
So she was planning on sending you home.
She had it in mind, didn't she? Well, I heard I set the C-gas record.
Well, I don't know that, but if you did, congratulations. We'll just see if you can back it up in the next round. Tim Hall, brother, for a little bit of clarification, round previous, you was down here by yourself. For clarification, that was a mechanical single, meaning your opponent was not able to make that round, but this one was a bye run. Now that, my friend, is another gimme, and you're going into round 4. You're getting close to the finals, Tim Hall.
Yeah, sometimes, like I said earlier, when it's your day, it's your day, and the Lord looks after the idiot sometimes, and maybe He's looking after me today. But
so as they say, every dog has his day, and today it could be the scalded dog's day.
I hope it is. It'd be a good thing. I've been doing this for a little over a year now, and it'd be nice to finally get in that winner's circle. But
Dan Hogan, brother, one of our new ones here. Looks like you're going to be a standout with the Southeast Gassers Association. Round 3 in the books. Looking at round 4 for the season opener in Shadyside.
It's pretty wild. It's just been a string of good luck.
It doesn't matter how it is as long as you're here and you're winning. That's what matters. But most of all, brother, we're glad to have you. It is a pleasure to see all you new racers coming in, and quite a beautiful hot rod you got.
Thank you. It's been a lot of fun.
Just good, clean Falcon Futura, brother. Hey, and look, must be pretty fast.
We'll see.
B-Gas round number 3 right there. Doug Dobbins, our 2017 champion, the Medicine Man, going to take on the misleading of Jeff Madden.
That's right, David. B-Gas is missing one thing this year. It's champion Todd Blackwell. He's moved into A-Gas, but today we still have a past world champion on the starting line, and that is Doug Dobbins and the Medicine Man Chevy 2 taking on Jeff Madden. This will be a good matchup. Looks like they're both pre-stage, and Doug going red. David, I believe what I seen there in the tree was David rebounded back out of the light. He kind of flickered it on a time or two, as you can see in this, and you'll notice that he will turn it on one final time, and then it goes off just about the time the light comes on. That happens when they're most likely using too much brake pressure. Southeast Gassers does allow a line lock, an electronic line lock. That's it, because that's been around for a long time before the 60s. But either way, that just cost Doug Dobbins a round.
Hang on. I'm ready for you. Yes!
You know, it don't matter how you get here, just so you hear. Ain't that what they say?
What? I mean, I can't believe it. He's the fastest one all day.
So now, just walk me through this one. How did this happen?
Tree games.
Tree games.
Yeah. You know, stuff you taught me.
So you leave on him, you psych him out on a tree, you leave on him, and then you just outrun him.
Well, I don't know what happened to him. Did he break?
Must have. You just outrun him. He's somewhere back there.
One more.
Just one or two more. We'll be talking to you in the championship area.
What?
Tim Bailey getting a gift of drag racing, one of those rare ones, a bye run into the semifinals. He has to take the bulb as per Southeast Gasser Association rules. That proves he was ready, willing, and able to make this pass. TJ, you know, I don't think I'll ever tire of seeing you come to this section so we can talk to you, not because you're good looking, but because you got such a sharp race car.
Well, I appreciate it, sir. I think I got the Lord on my side today. Broke a rocker arm last pass, just barely got it on. Didn't even know I had a bye, so just having a great night.
There you go. Hey, it's your day. Just take advantage of it.
Sure am. I'm going to try to do best I can.
Look for you next round. Good luck, brother.
Thank you, sir.
A-Gas round number 3. There's Steve Davis in the spinny car going to take on Rob Walden in the Strychnine. And I'm telling you what, Mitch, both of these cars, I'm just in love with them. They're 2 new cars to the Southeast Gassers, 1 new driver to the Southeast Gassers, and they are putting on a performance in A-Gas.
I do. I love them both, but I got to tell you, that Strychnine 409 over there, that 33 Willys, I am partial to. Those cars, they just ooze the 60s Gasser. They were the epitome of the Gassers at that time, but Steve Davis, an old spinny, putting it on him. The 409 didn't have enough poison for that hot rod.
That's a great race right here. And I tell you what, coming up on the finish line, Cam, there we go, fans, less than a car length.
Steve Davis, you know, he might have had one of them 409s, but today she wasn't so fine. This new hot rod is paying you dividends.
Yeah, we're having a good day by luck so far today. That's appreciated by far.
That was not a luck win. I understand from a tower you won the starting line and you also won the finish line. You beat him all the way through.
Yeah, and honestly, with the car field we had today, that puts me in the buy run for the final. I am tickled to death.
So we're going to get to see old Pawpaw Spinney in the finals.
Going to race one of those Corvettes, looks like.
It's looking that way. Good luck, brother. We'll see you then.
Thank you, Mitch.
Moving on, there's Kenneth Phillips, runner-up last year in the A-Gas points, going to take on Gabriel Burrell. This is going to be a good matchup and a tough test for this brand-new race car of Gabriel Burrell's.
That it is. Number 12 on that thing, vindicative of his dad's football days. Kimmery Turner pulling him into the beams. You seen Kenneth Phillips over there striking them tires, and he dropped the clutch. The violence of that old car jumping. It's time now. It's showtime. This drag race is on, David, and Gabriel is putting up a fight, but he's getting in trouble and hanging on to it.
Hold on, Gabriel. Man, those cars were both bouncing around. There's Tom White. Look at his reaction.
I think that right there, that little pass is one of them that made everybody stand up and take notice. That is Gasser racing, David.
Straight axle first to the finish line, and man, those cars were bouncing around. Gabriel Burrell thinking better of it.
Kenneth Phillips, brother, if this is your kind of problems, then I suggest you just don't fix nothing.
You're going to be on the end to see it whenever it happens. Because it's coming.
So you're saying just be prepared to duck when the parts start coming out?
Be prepared to duck.
Well, if they will just hold up another round or two, we just may see you in another final and possibly another win, as you finished out last year with 2 wins in a row at the same race. I can't even talk all that at the same time. But all I know is Kenneth Phillips is still showing domination from this standpoint.
I'm glad, too. The motor's good. It's just something else in the clutch or something going on. But, dang, I just hope to get through 2 more rounds. I'll be good.
Alan, I don't know if you know this or not, but you have just prepared yourself for the Battle of the Corvettes in the next round. That being, of course, none other than Kenneth Phillips. Just exactly how do you go about racing a guy like that? I mean, he's telling me he's worried he's got maybe impending mechanical failure. So, hey, maybe just flat out run.
Yeah, he's a tough competitor, and I don't know if we got anything for him, but we're definitely trying our best.
C-Gas semifinals, Dan Hogan and Tim Hall right here. A couple of good-looking cars, one plain, one really striped up, and the Abbeville, South Carolina vocational teacher is looking to move on another round.
That is, he is, David, and this is the round here to where this is the dance to the finals. This is the prom dance right here, brother. You got to get here doing this one. This gets you set up for the final round where all the marbles is on the table at that point. Pre-staged and staged. Now they're both in. It's up to a Dragway, and Tim Hall wheels up and gone.
Man, what a whole shot for Tim Hall in that Scalded Dog Rambler. Beautiful launch right there, just propelling him to the victory.
Ending the day for Dan in that beautiful Ford Falcon Futura. But hey, every dog has his day, as we were talking a little while ago, and this just may be Tim Hall's day. Tim Hall, brother, second time just may be the charm for you. Let's hope so. This is going into your second final appearance for the Southeast Gassers Association. Last year at the final race, you fell to the hands of Todd Oden, but this time you're going to have one very tough Billy Edwards. All I can say, brother, is be prepared.
It's going to be a tough one. Billy's got a fast car, and he's been racing all his life, knows how to drive, so it's going to take a perfect run by me and probably a mistake by him before we have a chance, really, honestly.
And here's Billy Edwards, our number 1 qualifier. He's going to get a bye run into the finals by virtue of that number 1 qualifying spot, and he's going to just take it down leisurely and save his car. B-Gas semifinals, there's the Greenhorn Hillbilly of T.J. York. Going to get the Alley Cat of Southern Pines, North Carolina's Tim Bailey in the left lane.
David, again, this is a battle to the finals right here. Being the semifinals, as we were saying, this is for to take that final stand and to take the marbles home, if you will. So now in this favor, I'm going to go early on right here with Tim Bailey. He's a past champion. He's got experience, fast race car. TJ new to this program. If TJ's going to win this round, it's going to be a big win for him, let me tell you. So they are pre-staged and stay both of them in now. Showtime.
Good lead by both cars. You see Tim Bailey get second gear. Looks like he's pulling away a little bit on the top end, and he does propel him to victory right here over the Greenhorn Hillbilly.
And the Greenhorn Hillbilly hanging with that world champion. Good job, TJ. You may have lost, buddy, but hey, take that. That's wonderful. Looking good.
Great showing.
Tim Bailey, buddy, I mean, you know, to be going into the final round, to have won your way into the final round here, you look very calm. Maybe that is the medicine for winning these things.
Well, not necessarily. It happens when a couple of the quicker cars have a little issue here or there. Or, I mean, she's been really good to me today, and I've tried to help her out by doing my job. So,
well, I'm going to tell you this. You may not know it, but you have got one extremely energized and supercharged Jeff Madden in the final round. So be ready. Now, I'm fixing to prepare myself because I know he's going to bull tackle me when he gets out of his car. So be careful.
All right, brother.
Jeff Madden, brother, no need to tackle me. I'm just telling Tim Bailey this is going to be a final round, that he has got one supercharged Jeff Madden ready to go. This is going to be interesting, and I can't wait. Good luck to you for the finals, Jim.
Woo! I'm going to do it. I'm going.
Steve Davis, my man, you know, we're getting to talk to you a lot today. And this is kind of a repeat of some, you know, a race last year. You was making your way to the finals. Are we just going to go ahead and close the deal this year?
Man, I'm hoping so. You know, these two silver things that are fixing to come down this strip right here are tough as nails. So maybe they'll put each other out. I ain't sure how that would work. But anyway.
Well, we may find out here just in a minute who you're going to get. I'm sure we will. I don't know if you'll be here long enough. Point is, there ain't nobody in A-Gas that ain't super tough. And, yes, you're going to get one of two very bad silver Corvettes. All I can tell you is be prepared and good luck, Steve.
Thank you very much. We ready.
Battle of the Silver Corvettes. I don't know how many times these guys have went at it, but it's always a showstopper when this happens. There's the frequent flyer, a.k.a. the Swamp Monster out of Florida. Alan Gaulden out of Land O'Lakes is going to take on the Silver Streak out of Campobello, South Carolina, and this is going to prove to be a big matchup right here, Mitch.
If Alan Gaulden, you know, we have labeled them the Swamp Monster. This monster better be big, David. He better be hairy. He better have long arms and claws because he is beside Kenneth Phillips. And this matchup has been brewing for a while, well into last year, waiting to see what's going to happen. This is going to be a Southeast Gassers drag race like none other. Here we go. Clean launches.
Kenneth Phillips toward the wall. Ooh, up the wall just a little bit there, Mitch. And Alan Gaulden, that's all he needs to take the round win.
That is right. Kenneth didn't have anything to give up for Alan. He had some issues there going to the wall. Don't know what it was. But again, I said, this is going to be a Southeast Gassers Association Gasser drag race. And, buddy, was it. That's what you get. That's exciting drag racing right there.
Tough to drive these cars, and especially with this high horsepower that they both produce right here. As you can see him leave a mark on the wall.
And Quayne Stott demanding the wheels in the air. That was a big topic at the drivers' meeting. You better get them up, boys, or there's going to be repercussions. And there they were. Alan Gaulden, old buddy, I tell you, it's just been a good day. You got one more round to go, and you just took out a giant. I don't care what you say. You took him out.
Brother, God is awesome. He just gave us about 50 extra horsepower that we were needing. So we're happy.
Kenneth comes in here professing that he's got some kind of mechanical failure. I think it's because he was getting over there next to the guardrail. What a ride, Kenneth Phillips. What happened there, brother?
I don't know if it's got something to do with that, what's going on or what, but it just jerked me over there. And
I'm pretty sure it's got something to do with that loose nut behind the steering wheel, but irrelevant. Hey, son, it's a good race. Nothing to be ashamed about today. There's plenty more of them, and if I know you, you will be back to the winner's circle.
I'll be back with it running right next time.
Superstock final. There he is, Mark Hackett out of Lebanon, Tennessee in that Comet Caliente. He's going to be taking on that big 67 Plymouth Belvedere of Robert Peffley over there, and that might be the best-looking grocery getter in the Superstock Association.
It could be. Superstock final, this, David, being the first Superstock official final, with the Superstockers being officially a category with the Southeast Gassers Association. complete with the Hoosier sponsorship and the promotion and the special-made Hoosier tires, the whole 9 yards. It couldn't be more fitting for the Superstock of days gone by than Ford versus Chrysler. What wins on Sunday sells on Monday.
Yeah, taking that Tasca moniker to heart right here and putting that Ford in victory lane is Mark Hackett, and I know he and his wife will be very excited in victory lane.
And for brief clarity, it is a Mercury, but I still call it a Ford. Mark, buddy, it's official. You know, this is the first Southeast Gassers Association Superstock race where Superstock is officially a category now. You know, you are the winner of this. You are the points leader for the Superstock. And just a whole lot of things to come your way, not to mention some additional Superstock money from Hoosier Tire. Congratulations, Mark.
Thank you, Mitch. We've really worked hard all winter like everybody else has, and the cars fought us a little bit, but we came here with some new stuff in it. It's worked out really well for us. Robert's always tough. We've raced a bunch. He's got me 2 or 3 times, but tonight was our night.
Well, I know you got some people that's helped you on this car. I know you want to give some love out to them.
Absolutely. First, we got to thank God for everything, okay? I got to thank Chris Amos back home of Music City Rod Shop fame. Jimmy Bridges of Bridges Performance helped me a ton on this car this winter. Kevin Shaw, one of our racers here, hometown guy, helps me out. Most importantly, my wife, she puts up with all this craziness.
Well, great job today. Lebanon, Tennessee's very own Mark Hackett, winner today in Superstock.
Thank you, buddy.
For all the runs that we've had today, I can't wait for this one. This is Billy Edwards, the #1 qualifier, versus Tim Hall out of Abbeville, South Carolina, the Rambler in the right lane versus that big Chevy in the left lane.
David, horsepower, speed, performance, experience. I'm going to give this one to Billy, but you can't take the experience away from Tim Hall. This guy has won a little bit of every kind of drag race in the country, not to mention 2 or 3 of the drag week drag races, which is no small feat. So this is just going to be a drag race, and there is no way to call the outcome. Both of them have never been to a SEGA winner's circle, so this is going to be trip #1 for one of these two gentlemen.
Huge hole shot right there for Tim Hall, and he takes that hole shot on. As you see his dad very excited right there with the congratulations from Quayne Stott. Look at those wheels in the air and that Rambler putting a hole shot on him.
Mind you, folks, this is C-Gas, 10 pounds per cubic inch, and you see those wheels in the air and the performance of these cars. Brother, it is official. First race of the season, Southeast Gassers C category. You are finally the winner. I know you was close last year, but today you finally cinched the deal. Definite bona fide points leader for C-Gas right now. Congratulations, Tim Hall. The deed is done.
Feels great. It's a long time coming, over a year. We started here a year ago.
This may be your first time you're in the winner's circle at a Southeast Gassers Association event, but don't mean this is the first time you've been to a drag race. You're a very seasoned winner in some very other tough category over there. Give us a little piece about that.
Well, I've raced a little bit of everything over the years. IHRA, Super Rod, and class cars like that. NHRA, Stock Eliminator. Had limited success with that. And then run drag week 5 times, won 3 times in my class. Like I say, been to the final. This is my second final here, and this is more fun than any kind of racing I've ever done.
Well, I say all of that just to give an example of how tough the competition is here and how difficult it is to win a Southeast Gassers event. And Tim Hall, today, you done the job. Congratulations yet again. You and the Scalded Dog, y'all have laid it on them. They'll be waiting on you in the winner's circle.
Thank you, sir. We headed up there in just a minute, I think. So I guess we've done something right.
Well, I know we have. We got to get Dad in here. Come on in here, Dad. It's a big part of your crew right here. Congratulations to you. I know you're awful proud to see your son put this thing in victory lane after all them hours of work.
Definitely are. It's been a long time coming, but he was due it. So things feel right for us tonight. We thank the Lord for the victory.
Well, 2 winners right here on and off the track. The Hall family, the winners tonight in C-Gas. Great finals today. Jeff Madden making it as far as he ever has in Southeast Gasser competition here in the finals of B-Gas, but he's got a tall order in that Alley Cat #2 coming over there in the left lane.
David, you may or may not be right. I don't know if Jeff, this is his first trip to the finals or not. Could be, but it would definitely be his first trip to the winner's circle if he pulls this one off. This guy is wanting a win so bad, and when he does win, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to lay the mic down and run because he's going to bear hug me and kill me. Tim Bailey, no stranger to the winner's circle. Tim Bailey, no stranger to the world championship in this category. So this one is going to be a good drag race. Tim's been there. Jeff wants it.
Tim Bailey with a little bit of a hole shot. Let's see if that's enough to keep him to the end. And it is a great run. There you see Joey Birch telling everybody it's going to be the left lane. And, man, what a run by both cars.
That's right. Joey trying to help Jeff there a little bit. In fact, Jeff wearing that Purple Haze T-shirt. It just wasn't enough on that Alley Cat.
There's another great starting line shot by Drone South. Man, what a run for both cars. And Tim Bailey putting it in the victory lane.
Tim Bailey, it's finally done. It's been a long day, brother, but, hey, you are the victor.
Hey, buddy. I put it in the Lord's hands today.
Yeah, well, the Lord never fails us.
Well, you know, the car was so consistent all day long. I mean, and it didn't hurt that a couple of the real quick guys had a little trouble, but hey, I've lost it that way, so I will certainly take it that way.
As they say, all you're doing is just putting a little bit of luck in the bank. Now then you made some withdrawals.
I'd rather be lucky than good anytime.
Absolutely. Good for you, Tim Bailey. Again, you are the points leader in B-Gas. Congratulations. Season opener in South in B-Gas. We'll see you at the next one. They'll be waiting on you in the winter circle.
And about 30 hungry dogs right on my tail.
Anything in the off season you've done to spruce this car up to get it to that you want to tell people about?
Nothing other than just make it more efficient. I didn't go into the motor, just made it more efficient. Changed a few things around, nothing major.
I saw Jared out here helping you today. I know it's awful special to have him here with you.
No question. Can't do it without him.
Well, good win today.
And Tim Timmerman, too, he's always been a big help. I'm not sure where he's at, but I wish he was down here.
Well, Tim Timmerman, Jared, those are the stalwarts that have been there for you forever. And Tim Bailey, great job putting this thing in victory lane today. Your B-Gas winner, Mr. Tim Bailey in the Alley Cat.
Hey, brother.
B-Gas finals right here. Spinney going to take on the frequent flyer. Alan Gaulden and Steve Davis about to get it on.
David, these are the kings of the kings in A-Gas at Shadyside Dragway. These two guys right here have beat, pounded, fought, and raced their way to the finals. No matter what it took, they're here. And now this is two Goliaths. These guys are going to put it on. I can tell you Alan Gaulden wants a win. That guy is a drag racer, serious and focused. The Mr. Spinney over here, Mr. Steve Davis, let me tell you something. This guy has yet to win one. He is very focused. I know he's ready. I know he built a new car over the winter just for this opportunity. Steve, it is here. The opportunity is here. This new car has taken you to the finals. Let's see what you can do with it, young man. It is ready. Alan Gaulden stage. Time to go.
Good lead by both cars in true A-Gas fashion. Looks like Alan Gaulden has beat him off the line, and he beats him to the stripe.
And there's Mr. X Dave, car owner, Phil Robertson standing beside him, car tuner. Those guys have come together with driver Alan Gaulden, and they have put together a win at the inaugural Shadyside event 2019. Alan Gaulden, you are the king of A-Gas. The deal is done, my friend. I don't know if you've ever been the points leader in the Southeast Casters or not, but you are now. The season opener is Shadyside Dragway, and you are the winner of A-Gas, Alan. Congratulations.
Thank you. I give God the glory and the honor for this race. We needed it, and I'm glad it's the first time we led the points race, so we're happy about that. Just a good day racing. We're real happy to make it to the winner's circle. Thank Dave for giving us a good car. Thank Quayne for putting on a good race in the Southeast Gassers. And we just today was our day. We did good, and just happy to be here.
Well, I tell you what, when you say today was our day, today is your day. It is your birthday, and now you put it in Victory Circle on your birthday.
Yeah, that's sweet, man. I couldn't ask for it to be any better. I really do. I appreciate everything, and just glad. It couldn't happen on a better day.
Well, here's your winner tonight, Shadyside Dragway, the frequent flyer, Mr. Alan Gaulden.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey, Mitch Stott, what a doggone day we had here today, man. Records fell, record number of attendance, record number of cars. It sounds like a broken record every time we have a new event, doesn't it?
David, normally after a day that has been this long and this strenuous, I would say that I'm glad it's over, but I'm not. This has just been extremely good drag racing. And talking to guys from Florida, guys from Pennsylvania, guys from Ireland, it's broken record, just as you say. Every time we get to do this, it's the same thing over and over, which means it's better than the last. And it just, God is good. It's all we can say.
Well, we saw records fall today in every category that we had in racing. We saw some winners. I mean, Tim Hall. What a story of persistence he has been.
Oh, I went over and I talked to Tim, and one of them things, like I told him, I said, you're not a stranger to winning drag races. You're just a stranger to winning a Southeast Gasser drag race, and that shows just how tough this gig is. And he said, oh, man, yes, no doubt about it. He said, this is the most important win I've ever had, and or maybe the most hard fought for. And so with that being said, it's just the guy from Pennsylvania, just talking with him minutes ago, he said, we wish we had this closer to home. He said, I have to travel to see this. The guy from Florida, same thing. I can't get this unless I come to you guys. And he said, that's what makes it so great.
And speaking of a story of persistence, Tim Bailey has not won in over a year. It was Darlington of 2017, his last victory during his year that year, and he puts it back in victory circle again, showing how hard it is to win in the Southeast Gassers.
It is, and Tim was somewhat emotional when I was interviewing him at the finish line. He'd given the credit to the Lord. That's the other rewarding thing about this. We've got so many Christian-hearted racers. But yes, Tim, the world champion, and that's just this shows how tough this thing is.
And another little great caveat is Alan Gaulden winning on his birthday, and what a race. Today was his birthday, and what a race against Kenneth Phillips. I mean, if Phillips hadn't broke loose right there, I'd have loved to have seen that finish.
It was, I had a lot of fun with them two guys down there, and both, and Kenneth and Alan, the two silver threats is what I refer to them as. And I wish it would have been a cleaner race, but it couldn't have been a more exciting race, I don't think. So,
and I think that's the word of the day, exciting racing and record-breaking, and we only going to do it again in 6 more days. We get to kick it off out in Kentucky, in London, Kentucky, with our first visit there.
Well, we had the rain out that postponed us 2 weeks here, and when we put a race back-to-back, that's rough on me, David. I know it is you as well as the racers, but, hey, they'll all be there ready to go again, and so will I.
Well, and we'll take you out of here as we always do, celebrating a great day here at Shadyside Dragway in the kickoff of 2019 season. Mitch, I'd like to call on you to take us out.
We'll do it, brother. Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you again with such praise and glory for you, dear Father. You have provided us with such a wonderful day and a wonderful sport. You have given us such great people, sir, to compete with and to race with and to extend that family ties that you so designed back in the creation of this world, dear Father. Again, we come to you and we pray for everyone's safety on the road home, and we most certainly pray, dear Father, for your graces that you have continued to bestow on this racing organization. In your heavenly name, Jesus Christ, we pray. Amen.